the world's most dangerous.
Different.
Boy, hot fire.
Sassy is important.
Mainstream.
Keep it real. We got one of the biggest things in American culture.
They not like us.
Think everybody should go on the Breakfast Club. You want to shake it up.
They not like us. Wake the f*** up, Breakfast Club. DJ Envy.
The Family Guy.
Jess Hilarious.
I'm the wild card. Keep it real.
And Charlamagne the God.
I'm a lovable ass.
Boy, you're a clown.
Yo, I'm loving that energy up there right now.
Sometimes you gotta pop out and show today.
Now let's begin.
Good morning, USA.
Yo 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 yo.
Jess Hilarious is on maternity leave. What up, Lauren LaRosa?
Good morning, y'all.
Charlamagne the God.
Peace to the planet. It's Thursday. Good morning.
It's Thursday.
To you. How y'all feel out there? I feel blessed, black, and highly favored. Happy to be here. Another day to serve our beautiful listeners.
How you feeling, Lauren?
I feel great. I fell asleep at like dinner time yesterday. So
Well, what's dinner time for you?
I feel like what time I get home? Like 7?
Oh, that early?
7, 8? Yeah. Then I woke up. It was time to come back to work.
That's amazing.
I was-
Now
yeah.
you
Good
talking.
sleep,
Now you
yeah.
talking my language.
I
right
was
there
so
now.
energized today.
So you got about 7-8 hours.
Oh my God, it was
Oh,
amazing.
man. Drop
I
on
got
the
here
clues,
so
dog.
early.
So when you woke up this
For
morning, you
everybody
felt like
get
you
8
missed
hours
everything?
sleep.
Yeah, you know me. So I was like,
knew it.
I was going through my emails. I'm on Twitter like, what happened? What did I miss? Like, how did I fall
You
asleep
didn't
this
miss
early?
nothing.
You ain't miss nothing.
And that's what social media makes you feel. It makes you feel like you always got to be on.
No,
you ain't
that's
miss
what-
a damn thing.
That's what 8 years in a newsroom does to you. You feel like
Same
that too.
difference.
Well, that too.
okay, maybe.
That too.
I be in here I be freaking out. Like if that long without the world, like knowing what's going on, I be
Man.
feeling crazy. Like this morning, I was like, oh, I ain't really miss much.
Nah,
The people
sometimes you
was
just gotta
chilling
relax.
yesterday.
You just gotta relax, get some rest.
I can't wait
recharge.
till you start.
I'm trying to figure that out.
I can't wait till you start going to therapy and your therapist tells you just to disconnect.
I can't wait to start going to therapy either.
You ain't gonna know what to do with yourself.
I'm not.
When you got to disconnect.
Remember, I told you that I'm trying to figure out like how I can start learning to disconnect because I feel like I can't.
Turn your phone off. Put it down.
Turn
Put it
my
on
phone-
D&D.
No, I can't. Well, my mom, my grandma, everybody got to be able to call me.
Well, you can put it on Do Not Disturb and have just those two be able to get through to you.
Yeah,
I
that's
can
what
do
I do.
that.
Yeah, I have it just only my wife and my kids can get through to me, and my mom and my pops. That's it. And then
It'd be just
than
my
that,
luck, and
yeah.
then something happens. Like,
It's all right to miss things. Why are you putting on your makeup and your lipstick now if you got
no
here so
reason.
early?
because my eyelashes were giving me trouble this morning, so I had to redo everything. I got here like 5:10. I had to redo everything, so that's what my hold up is. But I'm done now. I just got to put the lipstick on.
Okay.
She's single, man. Let her do her thing. Leave
All
her
right,
alone.
sorry. I'm just
Damn.
asking.
What
Every
does
day-
single
every
have
day
to
she
do with
fishing.
my makeup?
Okay.
Okay.
Let her fish if she
All
want
right.
to fish.
Every day
fishing,
I'm
all right.
complete. Yo,
Let her put
y'all
that bait on her hook.
are hell.
Go keep putting that bait on your hook, LL Cool Bay.
Premium
Okay.
bait.
What they tell you?
Premium bait.
The bait
too.
hanging a little bit off the left eye, though. You might want to put a little bit more glue on that one. That the little bait hanging.
Wait, this eye?
No, this one. the
Oh
other
no,
one.
because this one the one that gave me trouble. So now I know you just fishing
Okay, no,
over
it
there.
is this
Yeah,
one. You're right.
No, you lying.
I
You
don't know
lying.
about directions.
But
Which
yeah,
one is their left?
What they say, if the bait don't work, you got to change the bait up sometimes, though?
The bait don't work.
Damn. I ain't say that.
No,
All right.
no.
Now, that was an insult. I don't know why he
Yeah,
decided
what?
to be violent with you this morning. Damn.
All right,
He just
heard
told you.
y'all,
All right.
Sorry, Envy. When he started rubbing you in here today, don't look over to me
All
for
right.
help.
Now, you know
Okay.
damn well he be the one molesting me.
Nope, that's
Cut
not
it
true
out.
at all. Yolanda Adams will be joining us this morning.
Terrible segue.
She has a new album, Sunny Days.
Or maybe a good one, 'cause we need Jesus.
We need Jesus right now. Yeah, Sunny Days is her new album is out right now. We're going to be kicking it with her. And Tusi will be joining us. He has a new project dropping tomorrow. It's called Jaded. So we'll be talking to both of them in a little bit. All right? All right, well, let's get the show cracking. Front page news is up next. Morgan will be breaking down everything that's going on in the front page news world. So we'll talk to her next. So don't go anywhere. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess. And let's get in some front page news. All right, now quickly before we jump into the news with Morgan, some quick football. Thursday night football. The Buccaneers take on the Falcons at 8:15. Now, Major League Baseball, we're in the wild card. All right, the Mets lost last night to the Braves. The Padres beat the Braves 5-4. The Royals beat the Orioles 2-1, and the Tigers beat the Astros 5-2. All right, now what we got, Morgan?
Yeah, well, we're still talking about the aftermath of Hurricane Helene. Now, the death toll has risen to at least 190 in the southeast, with hundreds still missing after Hurricane Helene and its remnants swept through the region. Now, Vice President Harris, she visited Georgia yesterday, and here's what she had to say regarding her visit.
The president and I have been paying close attention from the beginning to what we need to do to make sure the federal resources hit the ground as quickly as possible. We are here for the long haul. There is the work that we have done together that was the immediate response, preparation for, and then the immediate response after. But there's a lot of work that's going to need to happen over the coming days, weeks, and months.
Former President Trump, he also visited Georgia yesterday. Areas of North Carolina have been devastated by floods, with Buncombe County authorities saying the death toll has risen there to almost 60, with property damage estimated to be in the billions. Over 1 million in the region are still without power between Florida and Virginia. Meanwhile, President Biden, he toured the hardest hit areas in the Carolinas via air yesterday. Speaking from the Emergency Operations Center in Raleigh, Biden gave more details regarding the bipartisan relief efforts happening in North Carolina. Let's hear from President Biden.
Today, I approved the request of Governor Cooper for the federal government to cover 100% of all the costs for debris removal, emergency protective measures for 6 months. The damage is still being assessed, but many people are still unaccounted for. So I'm here to say the United States, the nation, has your back. There are no Democrats or Republicans, only Americans. And our job is to help as many people as we can, as quickly as we can, and as thoroughly as we can.
Biden went on to say that he feels for the people who have lost family members regarding in that incident.
Mother Nature has nothing to do with politics, because that can happen to anybody. It don't matter what your political party is. You know what I mean? And nothing you can do after Mother Nature hits except do your best and attempt to clean up the mess. And that's good that the federal government will be cleaning up all the debris, taking care of 100% of everything for the next 6 months.
Yeah, absolutely. Switching gears, the White House says President Biden has signed a bill increasing the amount of Secret Service protection for presidential candidates. Remember, this became an issue following the multiple attempts on former President Trump's life. Now, the bill recently passed through Congress with unanimous support following a second assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. The new law gives Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris the same protections as President Biden. The Enhanced Presidential Security Act was introduced following the assassination attempt on Trump in Butler, Pennsylvania in July. Now, of course, last month, the Secret Service stopped another attempt on Trump's life at his golf course in West Palm Beach, Florida. So, yeah, it's amazing how we can see something happen and then that easily, there's relief, there's efforts, there's initiatives being put in place. So, the government
take 2 attempts though?
I'm not sure why it took 2 attempts, but you see how fast from my perspective, it moved pretty fast that they got this passed, and now
I took 2.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
You could have been dead at 1.
That is very true.
This is true. And of course, new details are being released related to former President Trump's alleged efforts to overturn the 2020 election. But we will talk more about that at 7 a.m. That's your front page news. I'm Morgan Wood.
All right. Thank you, Morgan. Everybody else, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. Again, 800-585-1051. Get it off your chest. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. This is your time to get it off your chest.
Keep calling.
800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
The complexion for the protection.
Hello, who's this?
Please let him call in.
Hello?
This is D calling from South Carolina.
What's up, brother? Get it off your chest.
Hey, I just wanted to tell PSA for Black America, man. I think everyone needs to do their own research when it comes down to this presidential election and get out of their own personal feelings about how you feel about the presidential candidate. This is not the first time we had a racist candidate run. Give me my racism up front, not behind my back. So, do your own research when it comes down to these candidates. CNN and Facebook is not going to tell you the truth when it comes down to what these guys are really doing. So.
Well, thank you for stating the obvious, sir. We appreciate you, but you're absolutely right. Everybody should do their own research when it comes to the presidential candidates and make your own individual choice, because it is your own individual choice.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is Q Butter.
What's up, man?
Q Butter.
Club. Yeah, this is Q Butter, man. So, Charlamagne.
You over 40. Probably 50, to be honest with you.
Nah, I'm 36.
Oh, 36 with a name like Q Butter? Okay, Q Butter.
Yeah. So, Charlamagne, I'm a fan of Brilliant Idiots. I was wondering about how do you do the calling, the question?
The Ask an Idiot?
The Ask an Idiot, yeah.
I I don't know. You know, Taylor does that. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they get to asking idiot questions, but Taylor does it. I mean, I know she be posting it up on her Instagram story. Follow her on Instagram.
Also, I wanted to get into this Diddy video that just surfaced with the white girl. So I think it was just out of context. They said that he asked the girl to come in the house so that she could play with some kids or something like that. I think the kids was on the video, the live stream, and he was just fronting like he knew the girl, like he'd been around her for years. But I mean, it looked egregious because he kissed on her cheek or something like that. But I think it is just taken out of context. I don't think you can cancel Diddy for that video. They gotta find something else.
I think Diddy has a million other reasons that he'll be canceled.
I think there's
another video. There's another video that's, you know, I don't know if you saw that one with him and Cassie.
I think that was the reason they're canceling him, sir.
Yeah.
Not that one. But anyway. Let's go to one more line. Hello, who's this?
Yo, this is Ty from Brooklyn.
Ty from Brooklyn. What up? Get it off your chest, bro.
Yo, DJ Envy, Charlamagne, God bless y'all.
God bless you.
Hey, listen, I just want to talk about women who get real comfortable getting their hair done, nails done, toes done, lashes, eyebrows, waxes, Scentsy underwear on a weekly basis whenever they need it. But they can't wash a dish in the house.
Damn.
They can't afford a clean load of laundry.
Damn.
Why I gotta go get a maid?
Damn.
And I'm standing tall for you.
Who you shooting at this morning, man?
What's the matter with
Why
your
you just
girl
ain't
and your
tell her?
wife,
Why
man?
you just ain't tell her? Why you just ain't tell her yourself? Why you just ain't text her this?
Well, I did. I had to book a maid last night. I had to talk to her. Like, hey, listen, you know, I'm booking a maid right now, but I just cashed out on you. Got your new cell phone, hair done, all of that stuff I mentioned earlier. But I've been through that consistently.
What's she saying?
And she was just like, well, you know, my fingers hurt.
Does she have a job, bro? Does she work?
I was about to say, like, what does she do on a daily? Is she a mom? Is she working full time too? Like,
she's a trader. She's a one of those Forex traders or something like that.
Forex trader?
Yeah, she does online trading. Yeah.
Oh, she could do the dishes.
Yeah, and what you got to pay for all of that for? She got her own money.
Well, you know, I'm an elevator constructor. I just want to shout out to elevator constructors and union labor, skilled labor in New York City. We making it, baby. But that's the type of man I am. I stand like that.
I get it.
Well, you need to have that conversation in your house, brother.
Yeah, you know what? This will be my last time getting a maid. I tell you that much.
Or just wash your clothes and leave her underwear dirty.
Nah, I don't do those. We treat people how we want to be treated.
I respect what you're doing, though. I mean, you know, like we was having this conversation last week. She's doing things for you, so you doing things for her. I understand.
Yeah, but he said she's not doing
anything. I
anything.
wish she would step to the plate a little bit more because you know what? That laundry been sitting there since Monday.
Oh, y'all stink in that house. All right, have a good one, brother. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club. Ray.
Yo, Charlamagne, Envy, what up? Are we live?
This is your time to get it off your chest.
I got an indoor pool, an outdoor pool.
We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
We can get on the phone right now. He'll tell you what it is.
We live? Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is Joe.
Joe, what up? Get it off your chest, Joe.
What's good, Envy?
What's
Look,
up with you?
right? I'm calling y'all because my own mother invited me to my ex-grandmother's funeral, and I went there. That's all I did, and I took pictures, and my sister posted it on Instagram. And my shorty saw the picture. And that started the whole thing, basically.
Why did you go to your ex-grandma's funeral, sir?
And why you didn't just tell your
Because
girl?
my mother invited me. That's my mother's best friend.
Why you didn't just let your girlfriend know you was going?
Because I knew that was going to start something soon. They don't get along like they know each other, so I didn't want to start now. I was just going to pay my respect.
You should just send a flower arrangement.
I ain't gonna lie.
Kept your peace.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, have a good one, brother.
I bet.
It sounds like we're going to be planning your funeral next.
Damn it, man. Hello, who's this?
Good morning. This is Shay.
Hey, Shay. Good morning. Get it off your chest, Shay.
Hey, good morning, Lauren. I just wanted to call and tell you.
Oh, my gosh, Shay. What is it now, girl?
Shay, she got them braids out,
What
Shay.
is it now? I told you homecoming. I told you.
Beautiful. You like.
Oh, now I'm beautiful. I told you homecoming season was coming. You was just a little overzealous. I understand, though. You was a little excited.
She likes the fact that you took the braids out.
You know, you like my new homegirl in my head now. Like,
now we friends.
Lauren, I see you.
Now we friends.
Yes, girl. Hey, brown girl, grinding.
I don't know why Lauren just can't take the compliment.
You never.
It's so crazy to me.
You never. Why? Nobody talking to you.
Just take the compliment.
Nobody talking to you, Charlene. Stay out of women's
Take the
business over
compliment.
here. But people been asking me your homegirl's Instagram too, and I don't know what to give it. So you should tell people.
I gave it to you. It's Redbone E, the stylist _ I believe it is. I don't have it in front of me right now. Okay. But her name is Ebony, and that's her name on Instagram. Red Bone, the stylist _.
Well, I appreciate the compliment. Thank you, girl.
Shay, thank you for calling in and giving her some love and some confidence this morning. She been feeling bad about her hair ever since you called here weeks ago.
Why you sitting in here lying?
Shay hung up.
So all you had to say from the beginning was
thank you.
No,
thank you, Shay. I appreciate the compliment.
We had to do our little banter.
But no, that little pain hurt, that little sting. You know, I told you I don't come and see what's coming. I don't be out here looking raggedy.
You see how you the only one laughing?
That's all I need.
It's just you.
That's all I need.
It's always just you.
That's all I need.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. We got Jess With The Mess with Lauren LaRosa coming up.
We do. John Amos's family has some drama. We're going to get into it.
All right. We'll get into that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Good morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get to Jess With The Mess with Lauren LaRosa.
News is real. Whether it's Jess Hilarious, Jessica Robin Moore, just don't do no lies. She don't spare nobody.
Worldwide Jess, worldwide Mack.
On The Breakfast Club.
She's the culture show
with Lauren LaRosa.
I'm back. And I got the mess.
Talk to me.
So yesterday we sent a rest in peace to John Amos, who passed away. And following that, there has been, and even before that, honestly, there was some family drama surrounding him and the care of him. But there has been some new developments on that side of things. So once reports broke, which actually happened on Tuesday when his son announced the fact that he had passed away, John Amos's daughter, her name is Shannon, came out and let the world know that, you know, yes, she is in grieving and she is in mourning, but she didn't know her dad had even passed away. She found out through the media like we did. She said, "I am without words. Our family has received the heartbreaking news that my dad, John Amos Jr., transitioned on August 21st. We are devastated and left with many questions about how this happened 45 days ago, learning about it through the media like so many of you. This should be a time of honoring and celebrating his life, yet we are struggling to navigate the wave of emotions and uncertainties surrounding his passing. Still, there is some semblance of peace in knowing my father is finally free. My family and I deeply appreciate the outpouring of love. Cause text. Please continue to hold our family in your thoughts and prayers." So from this statement, it was very evident that something was going on, right? Like he had passed away 45 days ago, and she's just now finding out this week. So
that's crazy.
Right. So from there, TMZ obtained the death certificate of John Amos, which again pointed to exactly what she was saying. So the death certificate said that he had died of congestive heart failure and that he was cremated more than a month ago. To Shannon's point, the family found out way after he had died and been cremated.
Who cremated him?
So I'm going to get to that. So the date of death is listed as August 21st at Inglewood Hospital. Now his son KC is listed as the informant. So that means KC informed the county of his dad's death. So I'm assuming that KC is the person who set up the cremation, because it also lists here where like the ashes are, like where they were released to, and it's listed as KC's home. So, and KC is his son, who was in care of John at the time, and it also listed there was no autopsy done. So another family friend, or I'm sorry, not a family friend, but John Amos's goddaughter released a statement following the cremation conversation and a bunch of different conversations that were happening. Her name is Amy. She released this on Facebook, and she says, "We do not." So at the time, they didn't have the death certificate themselves. "We do not have a death certificate, nor do we know where or why he died, because they didn't have the death certificate. But we know he was suffering from congestive heart failure and dementia. We fear he was likely cremated to avoid any potential investigation into conditions surrounding his final days. Over the past year, John Amos was isolated from his family and close friends by Kelly Casey Amos, that's his son. And this is all alleged, y'all. This is alleged by Amy, John Amos's goddaughter. She named Belinda Foster, who is a listed publicist for John Amos, as well as one of the people that was isolating him from family, allegedly. And then she goes on to say, "Casey portrayed an image of a close father-son relationship on social media, but the reality was far more complex. Our father suffered from dementia, and Casey often gave John verbal prompts to create a narrative on social media that were not effective or reflective of the truth. We are deeply concerned that our father may have been neglected and isolated during his final days, as we received photos from concerned neighbors and medical professionals. The situation mirrors Shannon and Casey's mother's passing. They suspect that these actions, and I'm assuming they're talking about the way that he was isolated from the family, according to them, have been taken to alter potential wills, and collect life insurance or other benefits. This made even more concerning by KC's struggles with addiction and mental health issues, as well as his previous arrests. She says, we refuse to rule out the possibility of foul play, especially given the involvement of two individuals, a person named Eugene Brummer and Belinda Foster. Now, this is all alleged by Amy, who is the goddaughter of John Amos. Now, this, I told you guys, this drama has been going on for some time. It's over a year at this point between the family. We actually have audio of John Amos when he was first in the hospital about a year ago, when his daughter Shannon spoke out and said, my dad is suffering from elder abuse. Something's wrong. So he released this video. Let's take a listen.
I'm an 83-year-old man, and I have 2 children. My son is here with me in the hospital in Memphis, and I'm not in the hospital as a result of anything that happened recently, other than the fact that about a month ago I was hospitalized because I was suffering from water retention. My main issues are that I feel that I was, prior to entering the hospital, I had some ongoing issues with my daughter, who I feel has taken advantage of me, and she would be the primary suspect, if you would. I don't know if that's the right term to use or not, but she's the one that I would attribute my elderly abuse to.
Now, after this video...
That was John Amos.
Yes, that was John Amos about a year ago, after the daughter the daughter Shannon had first claimed that there was elder abuse, exploitation, and a bunch of other things happening on behalf of her brother. I will say, though, authorities about a year ago came in, investigated this, and ruled that that was not happening. And there has been no official statement from authorities. I have reached out to the woman, Belinda Foster, who's listed as a publicist for John Amos, and I've also reached out to his son, Casey, but I have no word back as of yet. So I don't really know for sure what is happening, but everything about this screams that there is just, some disconnect in the family, as there has been.
Oh, absolutely. So. You didn't speak to, you say your dad or your godfather in 45 days. There's definitely some disconnect. But I will say this, when people have dementia, right, a lot of times they don't understand what they're saying, and everything that happens in the world they think happens to them. So the fact that he said that he was getting elderly abuse or they were stealing from him, that doesn't necessarily have to be true. That could just be in his mind.
He had dementia?
That's what she said.
So that's what the daughter is claiming, that he suffered, and the goddaughter is claiming that he suffered from dementia, congestive heart failure. Yeah, congestive heart failure and dementia is what the family on one side is saying that he was dealing with. When he was hospitalized during that time when that video released, it was something about like fluid in parts of his body. They did mention the heart failure as well too.
First things first, man.
It's a lot.
Rest in peace, John Amos. Sending healing energy to the family. And all I'm going to say is messy, messy, messy. And it's none of my business, even if they're trying to make it our business. I do wonder how families dealt with these things before social media. Like when they give us all that information, what do they expect to happen? What do they want us to do? Are they just venting? Are they crying out for help? Are they just trying to embarrass each other?
Crying out for help. They want an investigation, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think
see
Shannon
exactly
is
what
trying
happened.
to get the people going. The last time Shannon did this, she had started a GoFundMe to raise money to look into it, get investigators to look into it and all that stuff. So there's
all
no
investigators.
Yeah, I don't know what.
But it's more than just calling
intent is this time,
investigators because he's already cremated. So they got to get somebody back to open up that case to see exactly what happened.
But
Go through those records.
All I'm saying is spend that time and energy talking to those people.
I understand it.
Why are you talking to social media?
It's just sad. It's so sad to see it, especially in death, when you're at the same time they're all mourning the loss of John Amos. You know what I mean? So yeah, well, I mean, I hope that they figure it out.
And it makes the grieving process harder. 100%. Nobody want to hear all that when they grieving.
You don't.
But the sad thing about it, and I don't know if this is the exact thing, but when somebody passes away, everybody always looks into finances too to see where that will is, who gets this, who gets that, where does this go, where does that go, and that's a part of it as well, I'm sure.
Well, we'll stay locked to figure out what's happening. Hopefully I can hear back from somebody, because I did reach out and I can provide some more insight on something.
All right. Well, that is Jess with the Mess with Lauren LaRosa. So now when we come back, we got front page news, and then Yolanda Adams will be joining us. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa filling in for Jess, and let's get in some front page news. Start off quick with some sports. Thursday night football. Tonight, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers take on the Falcons at 8:15. Now, Major League Baseball, the wild card. The Tigers beat the Astros. The Royals beat the Orioles. The Mets lost to the Brewers, and the Braves lost to the Padres. What's up, Morgan?
What's up is there's new details being released related to former President Trump's alleged efforts to overturn the 2020 election. Now, in a court filing released on Wednesday, yesterday, special counsel Jack Smith said Trump intentionally lied to former Vice President Mike Pence, state election officials, and the public The filing alleges Trump describes some of the claims of election fraud as crazy behind closed doors. This all comes following the July ruling of the Supreme Court on presidential immunity that found Trump isn't eligible for criminal prosecution for acts committed when he was in office. Now, last year, Trump pleaded not guilty to federal charges related to creating a criminal scheme to overturn the election results. Now, Trump's lawyers said the filing would improperly influence the election, and that violates the Department of Justice policies. Now, what we're also watching is what an official and unofficial act. It has yet to be defined by the Supreme Court. So we're not sure if Trump was operating as a president during this whole overturning or if he was operating as a candidate. So all of that remains to be determined, and I will, of course, keep you posted on all of that drama. Meanwhile, Ohio Senator and Trump's right-hand man, the Republican vice presidential nominee, J.D. Vance, he was back on the campaign trail in the swing state of Michigan following his VP debate, and he wasted no time slamming Vice President Harris. Let's hear from J.D. Vance in Michigan.
And it is great to be in the state that I think is going to be pivotal to giving us 270 electoral votes and making Donald Trump the next president of the United States. I feel a little bad for Governor Walz. And the reason I feel bad for him is because he has to defend the indefensible, and that is the record of Kamala Harris.
Vance said that he thought his debate with Minnesota Governor Tim Walz went pretty well, and he mentioned he spoke to former President Trump afterward, who congratulated him. Meanwhile, Democratic VP candidate Tim Walz, he went on a one-day bus tour through the swing state of Pennsylvania following the debate. Now, this all comes as Nielsen figures shows that 43 million people watched Tuesday's vice presidential debate hosted by CBS, and it was broadcasted across 15 different networks. 55 and up made the largest group of watchers with 29 million. A CBS poll found that 42% of respondents thought that Vance won the debate, while 41% thought Walz won, and 17% said it was a tie.
You know, it's interesting, like what you were talking about earlier with Donald Trump. Like, this is why, you know, folks think the attempted coup of this country was a joke, you know, because they didn't treat it like an attempted coup when it happened. They didn't treat, you know, Donald Trump like he was attempting to overturn the results of an election. A coup wasn't enough for them to act. They didn't go after Trump. They didn't attempt to put him in jail when it mattered. So here we are in a position where we're trying to stop dictatorship through voting. And you don't stop a dictator through voting. You stop a dictator through laws. They didn't reinforce none of those laws.
And we're still trying to define them. So, yeah, speaking of which, there's a lot going on locally, New York, but it's also impacting much of the East Coast, much of the Gulf Coast. So New York Governor Kathy Hochul, she says New York and New Jersey, they're trying to keep the supply chain moving as tens of thousands of dock workers go on strike. The governor says roughly 100,000 shipping containers are in limbo in the port of New York and New Jersey alone. Let's hear from Governor Kathy Hochul.
It's not time to be panic buying groceries or other products because the port has worked really hard to move produce and other shipments off the containers, get them into the trucks and get them to their destination so they can move before the strike began. And we encourage the parties to come to a speedy resolution that respects the rights of workers to have a good pay, but also allows commerce to resume quickly.
So this is the first large-scale dock worker strike in 47 years, with workers fighting for better wages and protections against automation to ensure job security. Now, Governor Hochul says the state will be monitoring the strike and its local impacts. During those remarks, she also mentioned that she is continuing to monitor the Eric Adams administration, Mayor Eric Adams out of New York, following the resignation of Tim Pearson, who is one of Adams' top aides. Now, this comes as New York City Mayor Eric Adams, he is facing federal corruption charges and could be hit with more charges. Now, the feds have been investigating a number of Adams' staff members and said in court that more people could be charged as a result of what's going on in that administration. In other news, jury deliberations are expected to start today in the Tyre Nichols murder trial. Former Memphis police officers Tadarius Bean, Demetrius Haley, and Justin Smith are on trial for the on-camera beating of Nichols during a traffic stop back in 2023 that ultimately led to his death. As the trial was getting underway last month, Nichols' mom had this to say about her expectations. Can we hear from Tyre Nichols' mom?
Our hope is that they're found guilty and to show the world that my son was a good person and he wasn't the criminal that they're trying to make him out to be.
Yeah, so 2 other officers have already accepted plea deals in exchange for their testimony. And of course, I'm on Verdict Watch, and I'll let you know what happens as soon as a verdict drops. That's your front page news. I'm Morgan Wood. Follow me on social at Morgan Media. And for more news coverage, make sure you're following at Black Information Network. Download that free iHeartRadio app and visit BINnews.com.
Now, listen, I was going to say too, Morgan, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but, what do you think about, or just all of us in general, what do you think about people saying that the U.S. port strike is potentially the October surprise that could trip up the Vice President Kamala Harris because they say Donald Trump has a really close relationship with the port strike leader, Harold Daggett. He's the leader of the International Association of, I think, the Longshoremen. So they're saying that this whole port strike is the October surprise.
Donald Trump saying, you fall back for a little bit, let's cause a little craziness.
Yep.
I mean, at this point, I believe in almost...
No,
yeah,
it is crazy.
So much
Nothing
stuff
surprises me.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
No, because it is crazy. Because like I said yesterday, I went to the store. There was no toilet paper. There was no paper towel. Red said there was no meat paws.
I saw people in Delaware on Facebook saying that one of the big Walmarts had shut down early, closed down early. I guess because they didn't feel like dealing with all the people and they were running out of stuff or something. My friends were out striking, but also drinking too. I don't know. It's a lot going on.
And of course, it's pretty bad here as well in Baltimore. We lost a whole bridge earlier this year, so these guys have been reeling from the effects of that. And on top of this is, this can't make it any better. But yeah, nothing surprises me. If October surprise sounds about right.
All right. Well, thank you, Morgan.
Thank you.
How can they follow you?
Y'all can follow Morgan Media at Morgan Media, MorgynMedia. And of course, make sure y'all check out Black Information Network, BINnews.com. Thank y'all.
All right. When we come back, gospel singer, R&B singer Yolanda Adams will be joining us. She has a new album, Sunny Days, out right now. And we're going to kick it with Yolanda Adams. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Jess is still on maternity leave, so Lauren LaRosa is filling in. And we got a special guest in the building. Her album, Sunny Days,
the legendary,
is out right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Yolanda Adams. Welcome.
Thank y'all for having me.
How you feeling this morning?
Absolutely fantastic.
Okay. This is your 14th album?
Yeah, this is my 14th studio album.
14th studio album.
What goes through your head when you hear that?
Wow. Gratefulness, appreciation that I'm still doing what I do, and loving the fact that folks still want to hear what I'm doing, and that it still inspires them and gets them going and keeps them lifted up, you know. So, yeah, that's how I feel.
Do you remember putting out your first album and how that felt? And the fact, I don't know if the industry was ready for gospel music the way it was.
Well, the industry wasn't ready for me because I wasn't like your typical gospel artist. I didn't look like everybody else. And, folks kind of give me flack about that because I didn't grow up in a place where we couldn't wear makeup or we couldn't wear pants. In my house, it was cool to go to the skating rink with Jesus. So we went everywhere with God. And so there were some people who were like, well, you shouldn't wear that lipstick and you shouldn't do this and you shouldn't do that. And I was like, okay, nah, I'm good. Yeah.
I've never understood why religious people, Christians, are so judgmental. When the Bible says, thou shalt not judge.
Well, I think it's human nature. When people don't understand, other folks, again, it's all in the way you were raised, because my parents were real cool. So I wasn't raised with limitations. As a matter of fact, my mom and dad told us that everything is possible for us. And so when I went into the actual solo part of gospel music, it took me aback for a little while, because I'm like, oh, so y'all can't do, so in order to be a gospel artist, you can't do this, and that, and the other. And I'm like, nah, I'm not going to be that kind of gospel artist.
But your mom was a ministry of music in the church. So her church, because I know when I go to church with my grandmother, you can't wear pants. You can't do certain things to this day. And I have to just go with that. Your mom's church didn't have those rules, even though she didn't have them?
We were Baptist.
Okay.
So,
gotcha.
The deacons would smoke outside. So we
smoke what?
Hey, watch out.
Cigarettes.
Watch out.
Because they burning bush.
It was still calling it dope back then.
Damn.
So no, so that's why it was cigarettes.
I was gonna ask, well, growing up in the church, how much pressure was that? Because being a kid growing up in the church, everything seemed perfect, right? They wanted everything to be perfect, and if it wasn't perfect, it seems like they shamed you back then. And what kept you grounded? Because even going to college, usually the church girls were the wildest. They were the ones that they're no longer on the leash. Mom and dad is no longer around.
And they laugh sound like you know a thing or two. That came from deep within.
Well,
stop telling my business, boy.
But again, here we go. I wasn't restricted in anything in my life, so I went to the dances. I hung out at the house parties and stuff like that when I was younger, so I didn't have that restriction. And so when I got to college, I didn't have to wild out, because it's like, y'all doing that? Oh, child, please. I don't know why that happens. I think it's in a person to try to test the waters. And then when they find out, oh, it ain't that wonderful, then they go back into their little shell and it's up,
How you feel about the church nowadays then? Because if you test the waters at certain churches and certain congregations, like they almost like condemn people for certain things.
Well, and you did say certain churches, which is, I'm glad you said that, because certain churches have this, and certain religions have an idea that you're supposed to be so high up here that, and I've never gotten that whole concept of the super religious kind of thing, because I didn't have to be that. All I had to do was be myself, and God loved me for being myself, not a pretend Yolanda, because I've never been good at pretending. So, except when I'm acting. Thank you, Jesus. But I think nowadays the view of that comes from people who are outside looking in, not people inside certain churches, because you have to be inside to experience that. And I know that there are some people who can make you feel like you're not at your best, you're not as good as them and stuff. Like, I get that now. I'm like big old 63-year-old. I get that now. People text me, why you wear that? Why you doing this? And why you showing up here? And why you because I'm grown.
How does that make you feel though? Because it's been going on for so long with you.
But again, I will never see those people. I will never experience them. They will never come to my house. They will never come to the barbecue. So you can't get so emotionally attached to negativity that you stop being you. And you stop living, and you stop living your life the way you live your life, So it's like, they gonna be fine because I'm fine.
Why do people give you so much smoke for your outfits? Like, I'm like, what is Miss Adams wearing that looks so crazy? I don't get. I'm like, I've never seen you. You ain't like
the late great Daryl Coley said something from the stage one time. He said, y'all mad because y'all can't wear it.
That's real.
So I don't, and I think because,
but they talk like you Sexy Red, and salute to Sexy Red. But
she listens to the music, so I'm, I have nothing against her. But it's like some people are uncomfortable with you being comfortable in your skin. And I'm extremely comfortable in my skin. And I have been for a long, long time, which is why I said, don't fall for the negativity. Don't, because there will be so many people who applaud you and are in your corner and want you to make it and want you to succeed, that the 2, 3, or 40 opposed to 2 million. It's like, I'm going to hang out with the 2 million.
That's right.
Rather than the 40.
You said something just now that's very important. You said you've always been comfortable in your own skin. When did you get to that point? Because, just the way you present aesthetically, you're tall, you're beautiful. When you walk in the room, everybody like, oh, who that? So I know that makes people uncomfortable. So when did you get comfortable making people uncomfortable?
I think because I've always been a tall kid. And my parents always talked about how amazing stature and grace and elegance is. I think I really got a hold to it probably in my 20s. After I graduated college and I had some stuff under my belt, and it's like, okay, I'm going to take on the world. And when you're taking on the world, you can't have that insecurity of, well, how will it feel, and how will they accept me, and how will they do this, how will they do them? It's like, nah, you got to get out there.
That's right.
Yeah. So it was in my 20s.
Absolutely.
All right, we got more with Yolanda Adams when we come back. Don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Lauren LaRosa's filling in for Jess. And we're still kicking it with Yolanda Adams. Her album, Sunny Days, is out right now. Charlamagne?
What is Yolanda Adams' definition of a sunny day?
Oh my gosh. My definition of a sunny day is a day where I feel so good about myself, about what I'm doing, about my purpose, and also about the climate of the world. You know, you have to be optimistic to really look at where we are right now and say, but there's something good that's going to come out of this.
Yes.
And so that's what I wanted to do with this project, because it took us 4 years to actually finish the project. We started it in 2018, and then all of a sudden, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis got busy, Donald Lawrence got busy, all of the producers got busy, I got busy, and then there was the pandemic. And so that stopped a lot of things. And then Kingdom Business, we started filming that. You know, we had seasons 1 and 2 we had to film. Then all of a sudden I'm like, okay, all right, we got to get this album done. So it finally got done this year, and I'm just so really excited about that. So
With non-gospel artists, they go into the studio, maybe it's a heartbreak, or like, you know, they do indulge in smoking, drinking, whatever to get them. Or for gospel artists, is it that you're praying, you deep in the spirit? Like, where does that come from for you guys?
Oh, it comes from the same experiences. Of course, we're not, getting high trying to figure out what God's doing, but
Weed is from the earth.
Nobody found that funny but me.
Weed is from the earth, though.
It is from the earth.
Oh, I get what you did there. We're not getting drunk trying to figure out what God is doing, because they be trying to figure out what their man got going on. Okay, heard you. Okay.
Thank you so much. No, it comes from the experiences that we're having in our lives, because you figure we got 8+ billion people in the world. So at least 1 million got to be going through what you're going through. And so if you're making a business decision, if you're making a relationship decision, if you're making a moving, geographical moving decision, all decisions for us, we have to ask God, okay, is this real? Is this me, or is this you? Or do I just want this for me? And, a lot of times God said, okay, if you want it for you, let's do it. God is not.
That is interesting.
I've been writing down notes.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, because God is not trying to keep you stuck. As a matter of fact, He wants the best for you always. And I think people have fashioned God in so many ways that it's confusing to people when they see someone, like me, who has this relationship with God where it's like real cool. Hey, God, we doing the Breakfast Club this morning. Yeah, I know. I'll be there with you. That kind of thing. And I believe if we would give people room to grow with God, that they'll find God on their own. And they'll find God is so loving and so kind on their own that they don't have to be pushed into, go on and do this, go do that. You won't have to be pushed to do anything. You'll want to from the bottom of your heart. You want to love people. You want to share His goodness. You want to share a smile, that kind of thing.
Now, you were trending about a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Woody McClain.
Yes.
She's like, what happened?
So when you were trending, when people were calling you, did you know what it was right away? And
I did not.
You did not. So what was your mind thoughts when you seen Woody McClain doing all that in the video?
Well, here's the thing about the video. We actually did the video together. We were there on set together. And, Woody is Woody. I mean, that's Bobby Brown.
Right.
So, we know he's a great artist and just all around great guy. But people were talking as though it was the power Woody. How is it that Yolanda is, because people are mad at him.
Okay.
Right. And, that character, they're mad at him. So
they forget he's acting.
Yeah, and that's the thing. How do you forget that this man is acting? He's not the same character in that video that he is on Power. So what is that? I didn't get that. And so
this generation of God's children are a little slow.
And my daughter had to explain to me, well, he's kind of a bad character on Power. I'm like, yeah, but that's just his job. He, as a person, he's a man of faith. When the record company said, we have Woody for the video, I was like, yes, because I remember the Bobby Brown Woody.
Right.
I haven't watched Power enough to know that character. I'm like, season 1.
Mm-hmm.
Power.
Do you feel like Jermaine Dupri recently had some comments? We have the audio too if you want to hear it. But he recently said that because the younger artists aren't walking through those church doors.
You heard it.
You heard it.
Yeah, I've heard it.
Do you feel like that is affecting music? The fact that like you said, people may not ever walk through those church doors, but it can still hit them in their heart. Is that possible, or you feel like these artists need to get back in church?
Well, I think what he meant is that the producers who are doing the producing have to have that background to know how to bring in the tenors, how to bring in your altos, to make that full effective sound. We all know the difference between church musicians and regular musicians who did not get that training, because here's the thing about church. Church trains you because you have an audience that can't go nowhere for like 2-3 hours. And so you get that on the job training that you wouldn't get just, in your basement, mixing and trying to do your thing. So you learn how to capture an audience. And I think that is what's missing as well, because these kids don't have that type of experience until they get in front of audiences, and most of them don't know what to do. I watched Saturday Night Live, the young lady who had this huge song during the pandemic about, driving down the street and stuff like that. And she made a song on her computer in her room, and it blew up. It went viral like a billion times. They immediately put her on Saturday Night Live.
She's not ready for that.
And it was obvious that she had not had the training. And if we go back even to the Motown days and the Stax days, there was artist development.
They don't have that anymore.
And that's the thing that I believe Jermaine was talking about as well. They do not have artist development. Artist development for us as people who attended church and grew up in the church. We grew up in the choir or either the band or something like that. You had that every Sunday, every Thursday when you had rehearsals. You had the chance to, be corrected and, and make it right. And so I definitely know we got to bring that artist development back. And then the other thing that you miss is that heart and soul.
That's right.
You can only get that heart and soul when you're if you're not connected to your source, you will miss, you may sound amazing, but there will be this emptiness that is very obvious that, it's like, maybe you need to, get a little quiet, get some peace, or, do some yoga or whatever you do.
All right, we got more with Yolanda Adams when we come back. Matter of fact, let's get into a joint off your album. What you want to hear?
Oh my gosh. Play On God.
On God. All right, well, here it is. It's Yolanda Adams, On God. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. We are The Breakfast Club. We're still kicking it with Yolanda Adams. Now, I got a question. Do you look at music how you look at acting, right? So there's certain music you're not going to sing because you don't stand by it.
Right.
But do you look at that as acting as well? Like, is there parts that you say that doesn't fit my quote-unquote persona, but it is acting, so you're really taking yourself out of your person and being somebody else? Like, would Yolanda Adams ever be like a drug king queen like Mary J. Blige in Power? Would you play that part? Would you play certain parts that don't necessarily fit your persona?
Now, I wouldn't be a drug dealer or a queen pin, but I like meaty roles. That's why I took on Danita Jordan, because although we're gospel artists and family women, she's cutthroat, and I'm the total opposite. I let people live because I think God can get you better than I can.
Right.
So I would like to do a role like Murder, She Wrote. I'd like to be a detective. That involves gore and.
But that's still a positive side. Would you be on the other side of that? Would you be the murderer?
You know what? I don't know. No one has ever asked me that question.
What if he was killing people who were possessed by the devil? There's this movie called Frailty, right? You ever seen the movie Frailty?
No, I have not.
Frailty is about that, where this guy they thought he was a serial killer, but literally God was giving him visions, and the people he was killing was people that were like pedophiles and like people that killed their mom, like terrible people.
Oh, wow.
Yep. And it was all rooted in his faith for God. He had.
I'm going to have to research that.
Yep.
I don't know if God just wants you to kill people just because, you know.
So
but
people don't even come to you with those separate, like you don't have to turn down that stuff. They don't even come to you.
No.
I don't
have to. Yeah, I don't have to turn down those. But I did have to turn down a record deal when I was making the transition from one gospel label to, you know, a secular label. This guy was like, yeah, we're going to turn you into this mega this. And I'm like, oh, okay. So how is that going to be possible? Well, the first thing you're going to have to do is you're going to have to learn how to butterfly. And I'm like,
what?
Butterfly?
Wait.
I'm like,
oh, you mean the dance?
Butterfly's the dance. Butterfly. It's like,
butterfly.
Can you imagine me doing the butter as long as I am?
He was serious?
He was serious. We were in London. He was serious.
To the praise and worship, he wanted you to butterfly?
No. He was, it was going to be like, you know, it's going to be crossover. It's, kind of crossover, infusion, whatever. I'm like, nah.
Was that Jamaican gospel song? Was that Caribbean gospel?
Too?
We never found out.
My last question is, do you feel because of your faith and because you do gospel music that you get put in a box?
Oh, they tried years ago. I mean, they really tried years ago. Okay, so we're going to put you in this little comfortable space and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I think we're bigger than that. Because God is bigger than that. There's so many things that we could talk about God being bigger than. I mean, he is ultimate. So if God is everywhere at the same time, blessing everyone and, you know, holding the world together, why would I allow someone who has a small view of God to crush my big view of God? Knowing that I've lived long enough to see the bigness and the hugeness of God. So I'm telling you, it started when I was a teenager because I started singing in a choir. We were going all over the country and stuff. And then I had my first Billboard song at 17. And I realized at that time, wow, I like this. I like doing this. And then I would see Tremaine Hawkins and Shirley Caesar and people like that doing it for a living. I'm like, okay, God, well, however you got to do that, let's do that. And I saw the kind of box they tried to put Tremaine in when she started singing solo, aside from the Hawkins family. She had this amazing song. You guys are probably too young to remember. She had this amazing song called Fall Down on Me. And it was talking about the Holy Spirit. But she had a couple of dancers, and Kevin Bond, who is amazing, was on one of the little piano guitar things running around, you know. And it was a joyful song, nothing disrespectful. And they gave her grief about that. And I'm like, wow. So I've seen that happen to other people, and I refuse to let it happen to me. I love God's timing in my life. It's always been about his timing and me wanting his time. Because years later, I'm sitting here with the Breakfast Club discussing my 14th project, you know.
We sitting here with Yolanda Adams discussing her 14th project.
But think about it, though. If I had gotten mad at the producer who says, oh, you'll never sell more than this guy, or you'll never sell more than that guy, because there was a whole bunch of chauvinism in gospel music way back then. And instead of getting like upset, you know, fighting back, I've taken my hands off of it. And I've outsold those men. Some of them are gone home to be with the Lord. And I'm still here.
Look at God. That's right.
So I know what that feels like. But I also know what it feels like to tell young people like a Leandria, like a Tasha, and like Kiki Sheard, and all of the young people who I've mentored over the years, is that you don't have to be anybody but you. And you stand your ground. If you want to sing a song that somebody may not agree with, you sing that song, because somebody out there is going to be touched by that song. I mean, Open My Heart is one of those songs that you guys have played for years. And we just celebrated, 25, 26 years of Open My Heart? And I can't go anywhere in the world and not sing that song.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Well, we love, value, and appreciate you, Miss Adams.
Oh, I know you.
And
yes.
before we leave, we just add, can you give us a prayer before we leave? If you don't mind? Let's do it.
Absolutely. I would love that. Lord, we are just so grateful and thankful that you have allowed us this time to spend together. It's been so amazing to be with these wonderful young people who are doing your work on a daily basis. They make us laugh. They make us think. They make us want to be better people. And so, God, I ask right now that you give them the desires of their heart, whatever those secret desires are that they haven't told anybody, give them to them and just bless their socks off, God, and give them more years, as many years as they want. But more than anything, make them grateful for this platform that you've given them because it changes the world. Amen.
Amen. Yolanda Adams, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us so much.
No problem.
It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get to Jess with the Mess with Lauren LaRosa.
News is real. Whether it's Jess Hilarious, Jessica Robin Moore, just don't do no lies. Don't do no lies.
She don't spare nobody.
Worldwide Jess, worldwide Mess.
On the Breakfast Club.
She's the coach of shoes.
With Lauren LaRosa.
I'm back.
And I got the mess.
Talk to me.
So our potential first gentleman, Doug, Kamala Harris's husband, is all over the headlines right now. He is accused of slapping his ex-girlfriend. This is an ex-girlfriend from 2012. He's accused of slapping her so hard in the face that she spun around in a valet line. And this is according to 3 close friends.
In a valet line, so he was outside.
Yes. This is according to 3 close friends of this woman. Now, these 3 friends told the Daily Mail that back in 2012, their friend had met Doug. They met on Match.com. They went out for a date, like a casual Match.com date. Bar, grabbed some food, grabbed some drinks, and they began dating. They were dating for about 3 months when they decided to go to the film festival in Cannes together. Now, during this film festival, or after the film festival, and they were, allegedly, according to the friends, drinking, having a good time inside, so they were lit after the film festival. They were in a valet line, and they were waiting for valet, but the line was so long, this woman, who is listed as a successful attorney in this article, was like, you know what, I'm tired of waiting in this line. So she went up to the valet, and she tipped the valet guy, or tried to give the valet guy $100 so that they could skip the line, and I guess put her hand on his shoulder. When she put her hand on his shoulder, Doug then approached, and according to the friends, that is when he slapped her because he was upset and took it as she was flirting with the valet person. So when that happened, her first instinct, she immediately slapped him back, and then she hopped into a cab and was trying to get away from him, like trying to leave without him. But according to the friends, from what she told them, he then forced his way into the cab. Now, while in the cab, the friends say that the woman got on the phone and called another friend, another attorney friend, who is the second source in this story, and she told the attorney friend what happened. And she said that she was, and I guess the friend is like, well, where is he at? And she's like, he's right here next to me. I called you though because I didn't feel safe, and I felt like getting on the phone with someone, him seeing me on the phone with someone would make me feel safe. So the friend is just, talking to her, trying to calm her down, because the friend says she was like crying, really upset at the time. And then they get off the phone. And then later on, because she couldn't really talk, because now her and Doug are in the cab together on their way back to wherever hotel they were staying at. Later on, she then told her friends more about the situation, and she said that he never even apologized in the cab. He only commented back about the slap that she gave him, and he made like some tennis metaphor, saying, don't worry about it, you got one across the court and down the line. Now, she did detail to the friends, and had just been talking to friends about when they met. Like she said, when they met, I guess in the beginning of the 3 months, she would have never guessed that he was somebody that would have put his hands on her. She was completely surprised. Even the friends in this article quoted their time together as like, kind of like a fairy tale thing. Like, he was a great guy. They dated. He even brought, allegedly, according to the friends, she met the ex-girlfriend met the son, his son, Doug's son, on their first date, because I guess they went to this bar and the son was like somewhere local, so they all went back to a home and were like just chilling there together or whatever. So I think that they thought that this was going to turn into something more, but at that night when that happened, the woman broke up with him because she was like, I'm not going on with this. Now, all of this is following an interview that Doug did with Jen Psaki. where she called him the perception of masculinity. And in this interview, she talks a lot about how, it's so admirable that he allows Kamala to be, Kamala, she's VP and he's first man and he's supporting her. And this is, how men should be. And he's responding a lot with like, this is the right thing to do. You should be a supportive spouse. Women should be looked at as equal, not lesser than. So then all these reports came out. And then now these reports are being coupled with the reports that came out a while back that Doug had cheated on his wife previous to Kamala. And he did attest to that. He released a statement saying that he did step outside of their marriage and that it was with the nanny of the kids.
With their nanny?
With their nanny who was like working at the private school that the kids was going to, and that they had moved past it and came out on the other side. There are reports that nanny had gotten pregnant within that time, but she didn't decide to keep the baby.
Is that true or is that factual?
I have no confirmation of that, and all of the articles only point to that being a report, and it was not confirmed in his statement because he didn't address that. He just addressed the fact that he did cheat in the marriage. And reports also say that Kamala was made aware of this when they first started dating. They also let Biden's team know about this when he first reached out to Kamala to be his VP pick. But this whole slapping ex-girlfriend thing, this is a new one. We haven't heard from anybody on this one yet.
Oh, the election is 32 days away and it's October, so you're going to hear a lot of wild stories over the next 30 days about both sides. Okay, so a story like that, right-wing media outlets will probably take it and run with it. Left-wing media outlets will ignore it.
You think they were holding that? Because it seems like for him to slap somebody, it seems like this should have came out when she was running for vice president.
And I want to say, too, not to cut y'all off,
but when
but
she was running for president.
Because I know people are going to try to say this as like this is happening now because where Kamala is.
That's exactly
but these three friends want to make it clear that in 2018 when Kamala went viral for going in on Brett Kavanaugh, she had told the friends then when it happened, and I guess that there were conversations then about coming out to the media, but they decided not to then. So
I'm just surprised that when she was running for president 4 years ago that it didn't come out during that time.
The election is 32 days away and it's October. Once again, you're gonna hear a lot of wild stories over the next 30 days about both sides. So a story like that, you're gonna see right-wing media outlets run with it and left-wing media outlets will probably ignore it.
Should he address it?
I think he does have to address this.
I don't think so.
Why not? Hitting a woman with the image that they've been painting him as this like supportive man who's not afraid to
that and the alleged pregnancy of the nanny.
Well, I don't think you have to address the pregnancy because he did say that he stepped outside the marriage. I don't see what the addressing the pregnancy adds to that, but I do think he needs to speak to this. I mean, and if it happened, I don't know what will happen.
But how do you prove it happened?
No, I'm saying if he comes out and says, you know what, that did happen, and I went and got work. I mean, not got work, but I went and, did the work. Whatever he decides to say, I don't know how that affects Kamala, but I think you got to say something.
I wouldn't speak on it.
Well, the woman that he allegedly slapped didn't say anything.
She
right?
declined to comment. The woman she declined to comment.
So why should he?
Yeah.
He addressed that.
I think once
he set a precedent. You address the cheating allegation. So if you don't address this, I mean, it's going to look like
that.
No, he did. He gave a statement to CNN.
Yeah, I never even heard that story.
Yeah, if she didn't come out, why would he? I would say, because at the end of the day, if she didn't come out, she might be triggered. I'm not going to talk about something that's going to traumatize somebody else. I wouldn't say anything either.
Well, okay.
And it's a distraction to your wife's campaign.
Distraction's already there now, though. But we'll just have to wait to see, right? We'll just have to wait to see.
You know what's even crazier? In the grand scheme of things, with all of the things that's circulating around presidential candidates, especially Trump, that's light. That ain't even I know it's on the front page of the New York Post this morning, and I know Fox News will probably run with it, but that actually is light in the grander scheme of things.
Yeah.
Well, we'll wait to see what happens, if it even affects Kamala, and also too if he speaks out.
Well, it's light because I think people are shocked by it. Like if this was Donald Trump, they wouldn't be shocked by it. They'd be like, all right.
I don't think anything is shocking no more.
Really?
I think we live in an era where everything causes outrage and everything seems shocking. Therefore, nothing is really outrageous and nothing is shocking. Like, what's the last thing you actually heard in the news where you was like, oh my God?
Baby
Especially
oil?
in politics.
Oh, you said
politics. No, the baby oil.
That was shocking.
No.
It was hilarious. There's a difference.
We are not going to down a baby oil slippery rabbit hole.
No,
we are going to wrap this up.
And
hopefully they wrap it up too.
Shocking. Okay.
All right, y'all. That's it for the second hour.
All right. That was Jess Hilarious. That was Jess with the Mess with Lauren LaRosa. Now, who you giving your donkey to?
There's a man named Cody Adams. He needs to come to the front of the congregation. I have a theory, man, and that theory is Rockstar needs to push Grand Theft Auto 6 up, okay? Because people out here practicing.
Oh,
all right? Real life practicing for GTA. We'll discuss.
All right. We'll get to that next. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
You're checking out The Breakfast Club.
This don't be a donkey, because right now you want some real donkey.
It's time for Donkey of the Day. So if you ever feel I need to be a donkey, man, hit me with the hero.
Did she get Donkey of the Day? Please tell me.
Absolutely. I have become Donkey of the Day.
The Breakfast Club, bitches.
You're a donkey.
Yes, Donkey of the Day for Thursday, October 3rd goes to an Oklahoma man named Cody Adams. Let me tell you something. I woke up feeling rested this morning, but at some point, I got tired again. And I realized that I got tired because the news is draining, okay? It just is, because back in the day, they would say if it bleeds, it leads. And nowadays, people can bleed without being cut. Because the new blood is stupidity, which in a lot of ways I'm thankful for, because Donkey of the Day is a segment that gives people the credit they deserve for being stupid. Okay, and I've done Donkey of the Day 5 times a week since December 2010. So I just want to tell all you jackasses, thank you. Drop one of the clues bombs for all the jackasses out there. Okay, even though it is draining. And this morning was one of those mornings where I took 2 fingers and I squeezed it right between my eyes like this, and I said, Lord have mercy. Okay, people can't be this stupid, but they are. Okay, see, Cody Adams is a man who is due in court on charges of possessing a stolen vehicle. Listen to what I said. He was due in court on charges of possessing a stolen vehicle, but he doesn't have a car, which is clear, right? Because he had to steal one. Didn't I just tell you yesterday or the day before? I don't remember, one day this week. Didn't I just tell you how much of a luxury having a car is? Didn't I tell you that some people would appreciate that 2016 Nissan Altima you take it for granted? Well, Cody is one of those people because he didn't have a car. And you know, when you're facing serious charges like possession of a stolen vehicle, you have to get the court to handle that. You can't just miss your court date. And Cody Adams clearly understood that, because he did what he had to do in order to make it to court to face his charges of possession of a stolen vehicle. Would you like to know how Cody got to court to face his possession of a stolen vehicle charge?
Yes.
Let's go to News 5 ABC for the report, please.
This is Cody Adams shortly after Oklahoma Highway Patrol troopers arrested him near the Pawnee County Courthouse. OHP says earlier Adams was at a gas station in Stillwater asking people for a ride to his court date in Pawnee. When he couldn't find a ride, OHP says Adams decided to hop in this unoccupied LifeNet Emergency Services vehicle and drive himself to court.
That was left on, running and unattended.
They say Adams took the truck on that 30-minute drive to Pawnee and then ditched it.
First responders had an idea of where that vehicle might be headed to.
A trooper caught him as he was walking into the courthouse. Adams saying he was just borrowing the truck.
The trooper did, I believe he made sure that he made his court date.
Now, he still did make his court case again. OHP says after court, he was transported back to the Payne County Jail and booked on new charges.
If you're just joining us, Cody Adams stole an ambulance to make it to his court case for possession of a stolen car. Please, 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 Rockstar Games, push up the release date for Grand Theft Auto 6. This is why all of these situations are happening, because folks have a GTA itch that needs to be scratched. Between the guy who stole the car from the woman while she was in the middle of the sobriety test, to this guy, Cody Adams, stealing an ambulance to make it to his court case for possession of a stolen car, these people are practicing for GTA. They are trying to beat the high score in real life Grand Theft Auto. Push the release date up, Rockstar, please. Now, the first thing I did when I heard this story was Google if Uber is available in Oklahoma. And the answer is hell yes. Okay, it's available in several cities in Oklahoma. Tulsa, Oklahoma City, Edmond, Lawton. Then I went to look and see what other ride shares are available in Oklahoma. They got ones I never heard of. Of course, they got Uber, they got Lyft, but they got Pick Transportation. Never heard of that. They got Curb. Never heard of that. They got Beer. Never heard of that. They got Wings. Never heard of that. They got Flywheel. I never heard of any of those except Uber and Lyft. The point I'm making is there was absolutely zero. I mean absolutely positively zero. When I say zero, I'm talking about the number Russell Westbrook wore when he played for the OKC Thunder for 10 seasons. There was zero reason to steal an ambulance. Now, I don't know this man's financial situation. I don't know what Cody got in his pockets, but if I couldn't afford a ride share, then I damn sure couldn't afford to steal an ambulance. Okay, stealing an ambulance would cost you way more than just paying for a ride share. Look, man, maybe Cody felt the courtroom wasn't close enough, so why take an Uber when you can get a lights and sirens escort that you drive yourself? I don't know. I just try to make sense of these things sometimes because I don't want to believe everybody is just stupid. But there is some very bad choices being made by a lot of people in our society. Once again, the ambulance costs you way more than the ride share, so why would you choose to pay that type of price? Because now you in jail. You got to pay for bond. Then you got to pay for a lawyer. If you had a job, you was missing work, probably going to get fired. It just costs too much. Anyone who ever said crime pays is a damn liar. Okay, crime costs, and it's usually a price that's too high to pay. Let's look at the bright side, though. You pulled up to court. You pulled up to a court case for possession of a stolen vehicle, a stolen ambulance to be exact. Maybe he thought this could double as a getaway vehicle and a ride to the ER when the judge faints from laughing. Because we're all chuckling right now. Some donkey of the days just sell themselves. Please let Remy Ma give Cody Adams the biggest hee-haw.
Hee-haw. You stupid motherfucker. You dumb.
All right.
What a strange world we live in. It really is.
Ambulance, though.
Maybe he thought that they was going to be like, well, you made it, so we'll give you a get out of jail free
But you
card.
stole the ambulance?
I just don't even know why your brain works like that. You're going to court for possession of a stolen vehicle, and you steal another vehicle?
What probably happened?
An ambulance at that?
Nah.
What's up with your brain?
What probably
He
happened?
didn't do this, so it didn't help him
You gotta
get through
do
it.
this.
He didn't do the little finger thing by the
When
eye.
you're having
said,
problems
God-
thinking, you got to do this.
He probably said, God, give me a sign. And boom, ambulance right that was on. He said, this is my sign.
No. Satan got a kingdom too. Y'all do know that, right? Satan got a kingdom too. And I think Satan got the same sense of humor God got. Okay? Because that's just hysterical. We're going to put the ambulance right here, leave the keys on running. He know he got to go to court for possession of a stolen vehicle. Let's see if his dumb ass steals it. They down in hell making bets. Okay? Satan, Hitler, they all down there making bets on, what this guy going to do. You see what I'm saying?
I wonder who won. All right. Well, thank you for that donkey today. Now, when we come back, Tusi will be joining us. We're going to kick it with Tusi when we come back. So don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Jess is on maternity leave, so Lauren LaRosa is filling in. We got a special guest in the building. This album comes out this Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Tusi's back in the building.
Yo,
how you feeling?
What's up?
How you feeling, brother?
Feeling good. How y'all feeling?
Blessed, black, and highly favored, man.
He said something surprising just behind the scenes. He said he's probably the only person in
that's
this
never
world.
been to a Diddy freak off.
Nah,
he just got into the game. He just got into the game.
Don't give this man no love.
I won't lie. The only thing I was hoping, because I just seen y'all the last interview where I had the baby oil and shit. I'm like, I just hope I don't come here and they got the baby oil. You feel me?
It's right there.
No.
You wanted to take it?
No,
behind the scenes, he said, I'm probably the only artist
It's crazy.
that F's with Charlamagne, and then as soon as you come in, he starts with that.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, that's my.
But you just got into the game, so you probably didn't get an opportunity to
Hell no, I don't know nothing about none of that. Hell no. I don't know nothing about none of that.
He's staying far away.
But Jaded, man, new project.
That's right.
Why that title?
Man, honestly, I was at a point in my life where I was just tired and bored with everything that was going on. I felt like, my music kind of was reflecting it at first. And then I kind of just sat and looked at the world, and I was like, the world kind of in a jaded space as well right now. Everybody kind of tired and bored with everything that's going on. Ain't no music really sticking. It's nothing that's really lasting. So I'm like, why not call the album Jaded?
How do you even make that kind of music anymore? How do you make the music that sticks? I don't even know, regardless of how good something is, I don't even know if people's attention spans can focus.
That's the thing, because I won't lie, I done heard some records this year that I feel like should have really did it. There's some great songs out there, but I feel like the internet just done made everybody so equal.
That's right.
And it changed, it changed a lot about superstar status. So I don't know, it's hard.
You seem like when I listen to Jaded, it feels to me like you still focus on making records for radio, for mass appeal. I think that's a lost art.
I try to make international records. I want to make music that people could sing around the world. Even if I go to whether it's Asia, Australia, wherever I go, I want they could vibe with the record. They don't gotta, you feel me? Instead of it just being just popcorn music. I ain't trying to make records for TikTok. If it go on TikTok, it go on TikTok. But I'm not trying to make records for TikTok. I'm trying to make hit records that last forever. I want to be on the Billboard Top 200 charts for 683 weeks, like the Drakes and the the SZAs and SZA fire. Artists like that, it's some real talented artists out here, and they don't got to do much. SZA don't got to do much. She don't even. Whenever she drops, she gonna go hard.
Do you feel the pressure to match your success of your last album because it went gold? It was just so. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Just favorite song alone went 4 times platinum. Do you ever feel like, okay, that's gonna be hard to do again? I gotta get there.
Nah, not really, because at the end of the day, like, you know, like Charlamagne said, at the end of the day, I'm Tusi. So, like, we can't never take away from the fact that I'm Tusi. Like, at the end of the day, I gave the people a great record, and, you know, in due time, whenever it come, like, we got time to make great records, you know? And we have great records. It's just about, you know, when it catch the people eye, and when it catch the people eye, it's just gonna, you know, it's gonna have its time. So I don't ever try to match and be like, damn, how I'm gonna do this again? Cause it's gonna happen. You know, I'm blessed, so it's gonna happen.
And good for you for doing a record with Gunna, man.
Yeah,
Not worrying about all that goofy ass street rules that don't apply to music.
That don't apply to music, and that's my thing. I don't give a damn about no street politics and all that. I don't get into that. Like, if I wanted to do that, I'll still be out here doing what I was doing. You know, I got a kid and all that. I ain't trying to be caught up in no street politics. Yeah, I do that. Ain't nobody that's worth no bees out here focusing on no street politics. Street politics is for punks.
And that was never a thought when you said it. You just like, oh, he fits this record, I'm gonna reach out to him. It was never.
Nah, for sure. Yeah. When he did the record, it was more so like, I appreciate it. I mean, me and Gunna got some records together. So.
And you know, a couple months ago, you and Shaq got into it.
Yeah.
What was that about, man? You called Shaq a weird ass old head because he got in your baby mama DM.
Yeah, a couple of months ago. That was like a year ago.
How long ago was that?
A while ago.
Not too long ago. But see, that's the thing. It was a long time ago.
It was last year though, right?
But I've been put up. I haven't been doing no interviews. So like, that's really like I've been put up for real. So like, that's what
put up.
I've been put up. I've been in the crib for like.
That was in May.
I don't know when it was.
It was
a while ago.
It wasn't that long ago.
I've been in the crib for like 7 months. I ain't been doing no interviews, no dropping no music, no nothing. I've been in the crib 7 months. Last year was hectic for me. I needed some time with my family. You know what I mean, but he ain't put no comma in his sentence. You feel me?
Said, let me have that baby talking about.
So I'm like, I don't know what he talk about. And me, like, when it come to my son, like, I'm overprotective when it come to my son. So like, when I read it, I'm like, what you
thought he wanted your baby.
I'm like, what you mean you want my? It's a lot of weird going on right now. You feel me? It's a lot of weird going on. So when he said what he said, I'm like, yo, what you mean you want my? But if I would have knew he was talking about my baby mom, like, cause like at the end of the day, like, I'm the type person, like, if a woman goes, she go. Like,
she going.
She ain't for you. If a woman goes, she gonna go. She ain't for you. But I thought he was talking about my son when I read that. So if I would have knew he was talking about my BM, I won't lie. I swear to God, I never would have said that.
Did y'all speak after?
Who, me and Shaq? Mm-hmm. We ain't never spoke. Me and Shaq ain't never spoke. Man, Shaq worth a beer or something. He ain't trying to speak to me, man.
So you thought he really could afford the baby? You thought he could?
One thing about it, man. My son worth trillions. He ain't. You feel me? Yeah, he ain't. It ain't even no dollar amount you can put on there. I won't lie. I'll do something.
I didn't think you reacted crazy because I saw what Shaq said too, and I was like, "That's Shaq mean?" I didn't understand what he meant.
I thought he was just. I thought he was using that to flirt with her, and you felt the way because he was flirting with her. I didn't even think about the baby.
I ain't never know, man. It's so man. It's so many. Every time I jump in my baby mom DM, she telling me.
She shows you all of them?
Yeah.
She wants you back
y'all still together?
Yeah, that's my heart. That's my heart. But yeah, like. Yeah.
So why you acting like if Shaq called her baby, you wouldn't have cared? I see what you're saying. If she wanted to go, she would go.
Yeah, if she.
But you didn't like.
Confident.
You don't want her to go.
I wasn't. Yeah,
he just ain't confident.
But I wasn't worried about. But he don't need to. He big as hell too. He don't need to be worried about my baby mom. My baby mom like 5'2". He'll hurt my baby mom. Like, he don't need to.
You don't know that,
man. He need to watch out, man. You ever seen? He looked like Wizard Kelly standing next to him.
Yeah, but you don't know what he got. You know
I don't know. I don't know.
You're not gonna be talking about that.
You just assume.
You see what happens when you give him some love? He just said that. You said your baby mom need to fuck around and find out.
Don't just assume he got a big penis.
I ain't never did that. They finna try to click that and all that.
You assume.
I just want to take some time to say I never said that. I never said that.
You assumed it. You alluded to it. You're like, he's 7'2". He can break her. He's like, what?
Shout to Shaq. We not in your pants, Shaq. I don't know what Charlamagne talking about this morning.
Charlamagne is in his pants.
Yeah, Charlamagne kinky, man.
Yeah.
But I will lie though, I genuinely with Shaq though, like, cause at the end of the day, like,
you shouldn't say that after the conversation. You should have put a comma in front.
Put a comma. You gotta put a comma.
I with his business, yes, on a business aspect, you know, cause all the shit he did as a black man, like it take a lot to, you know, become what he done became and do the things that he done did. So I just want to say, like, you know, if he was talking about my baby mom, I ain't really stressing that, cause it's too many that do that, but. I don't lie. I thought he was talking about my son. No, I ain't gonna hold you.
I get it.
All right, we got more with Tusi when we come back. Let's get a joint off his project. It's called I Do, and it's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. We are The Breakfast Club. Tusi is here with us. His album comes out tomorrow. Charlamagne?
Like, you know, on the OK Whatever with Kalani.
Yeah.
You still seem to be pretty dedicated to being a player. Or is that just rap?
Nah, it was a part of my life. I'm out of that phase now, but you know what I mean, I still want to give it to the people.
Oh, so on Fire and Desire, when you talk about getting in your car on the highway,
definitely,
and catch your feelings,
maybe possibly.
That was a real experience.
I possibly.
You're crazy on She Don't Mind. She doesn't mind too.
Oh yeah, I just throwing it all.
He just throwing it all.
No, but
Every time you said you wasn't a player,
that was my favorite one on the track list. I know you. Do you pay attention to this stuff when people come at you and be like, "Why you don't put your baby mom in the videos?" And
yeah.
Because I wonder how she be feeling about these songs, unless they all apply to her.
But the thing is, though, like with my baby mom, like me and my baby mom so close, and like. That's why, like, I see, and that's another thing, too. Like, I go out in the world. That's why I don't be focused on these girls, too. Because, like, I go out in the world, and I be meeting all of these girls, and I just be like, God, not my baby mom. Like, my baby mom don't ask me for nothing. She don't want nothing from me. She do everything that she got to do on her part. Like, that's my best friend. We locked in. So, like, when it come to her, I don't really be focused on nobody else. But I say, like, yeah, like she understand that Najor and Tusi is two totally different people. Like at the end of the day, I was Tusi before, I was Najor before anything, but when we got together, I was already Tusi.
Gotcha.
So she get that part.
Does she get jealous or does she understand the industry?
Nah, she don't get jealous. She joke with me sometimes, like she might see me like it was a little clip of me talking to India, but we was on set. It was a clip of me talking to India that had floated around the internet, but we was on set, and she'd joke with me sometimes, be like, what y'all was talking about, you know? But she already know, like, man, I'm working. Like Tusi and Najor two totally different people, and I hate that the people try to get those two collided because they ain't the same people.
Does she ask you about Fire and Desire when you talk about getting in the car on the highway and catching feelings?
No, she be writing. She be right. She helped me with my track list.
Really?
Yeah.
But did she listen to the lyrics?
She listened to everything. She helped me with the track list. So the fans that's out there that was getting on me about the track list and the songs that's up there, Samaria helped me. So yeah.
You said Tory Lanez is one of the most talented artists of the generation. Why do you say that? Why do you believe that?
For sure.
Shout out to Tory.
I want to know somebody else right now who could drop an 80s project. Another artist that could come around right now and drop an 80s project. I really don't foresee it happening. That's one of the smartest things I ever seen. But outside of that, it's not many people that could do what Tory do. Like it's very few artists that could sing, rap, step in any lane. Like it's very few. Every artist got a lane. And with Tory Lanez, with artists like Tory Lanez, Drake, it's very few that could. Tory Lanez wanted like him, love him, hate him, whatever the case may be. You gotta give people their flowers. I'm a realist, and I don't care what nobody say about what. At the end of the day, I'm gonna be me, and I'm gonna speak on what I want to speak on. He definitely one of the most talented artists.
I mean, you talking about music. Like, I think that we live in this world where everybody want to mix.
Everybody want to mix everything, and that's
talking about music.
Like,
you're not talking about number music.
I never said the guy. Like the thing would it be like I never said the guy was a great person. I never said none of that. I'm an advocate for great music and that he makes great music. So that's what I will say. I don't mix personal lives.
I once heard you say, you said people are rushing to love without knowing how to love or even who to love. Take your time. Love is not something to be taken lightly. Who put you on to that? And was that for just like people who are single?
Nah, it's for everybody, man. Like I feel like love ain't to be rushed. You know, it's a process, and at the end of the day, I feel like when it come. God only gonna put in front of you what He feel like you can handle. So as long as you keep that mindset, you'll be all right. Like your person gonna come. So yeah, I feel like people be rushing for love because they see the good stuff on the internet, the flowers and the bags and the this and the that and the dates and it's a process.
What advice would you give to?
That's good advice for single people though.
I was asking, what advice would you give to a single woman? Like in her 30s that can't find a man and actively looking.
For relationships.
They on their way over here. That's what's happening. They on their way over here.
Hit dogs will holler. We wasn't even talking about it. Just what advice would you give a woman in 32?
Everybody, we all knew where y'all was going.
Nobody called on you. We're just talking about single women. It had nothing to do with you.
So what advice would you give somebody like that?
Like they say, man, Rome wasn't built in a day. I say that. At the end of the day, like I believe in things being preserved and things happening at the right time. So if you in your 30s and you ain't met love yet, I mean, like God is preserving you for somebody special, and that's for you. And
our God is protecting men from her.
That's why I started laughing,
until she becomes the person. No,
coming.
for real, she might not be the person that God want her
Talk
to be.
to her. Talk to her. Yes, let her know. But that's great advice you gave to somebody.
For sure, somebody that's out there.
Yeah.
He's talking to 70% of the women that
There's
follow.
somebody
That's
out
all
there
good.
for you. There's 8 million people out here. Somebody will.
Nah, I won't lie.
get fed up.
My 70% think they in a relationship with me. Oh, my 70, I love them though. They is.
Do you feel like, back in the day, that was a thing in the industry, right? Like they used to tell guys, don't tell women that you got a girl, make these women feel
that's
like
a
they
thing.
want you.
That's a thing. Nah,
or they can have you.
No, that's still a thing today. Like right now today, if you in a relationship, to the artist that's out there, if you watch this interview and you in a relationship, don't never go put your relationship on the internet. That's probably the dumbest thing I ever did, But I would say like, I like it though because my son mom got a platform now, and she could use her platform to do whatever she want to do. She gonna make millions off that platform, So she got some things she working on, and I'm excited about that. So outside of that, but yeah, if you win a game, don't put your industry. That's the worst thing I ever did. I don't see it work for anybody. I've never seen it work. I don't know a successful relationship that's like somebody that's in a game with a successful relationship right now. And if anybody do know one, tell me, please.
I think Method Man said the real asked him what was the key to a long-lasting relationship. He said, keep everybody out your business.
Keep everybody out your business. That's the only way to... Man, listen, I'm trying to tell you, once like I cut ties with the internet in my personal life, my career just started going up.
And what's up with you and Kai tonight? Did y'all figure out who forehead was bigger?
That was on the internet.
Nah, I don't lie. I definitely think it's mine though. My jump big.
Oh yeah, your hat really did help.
Yo, hold on.
Jesus, damn. That was crazy. That was violent for no reason.
Black men. She don't like black men.
I didn't mean it like that.
Black men.
That is not true. That is not true. You gonna go with them?
Travis Kelce was her screensaver.
Whoa.
Yeah, she loved Travis Kelce.
That is not true. He was not my screensaver. You gonna listen to these people? You
Travis
see
Kelce
what
was
you don't
screensaver.
interview.
That was crazy.
That was wild.
Only because I seen the video in person. I
that
understand
was
the
wild.
comparison.
Nah, you ain't even got to
It's
worry.
a bit bigger
That was
in
wild.
person.
That was violent for no
I will lie,
reason, man.
but you know what they say. You know what they say about big foreheads, right?
No, Miss
I don't either. But I just figure like
Shaq got a big forehead.
And you was just on his side.
I really can't. I don't know if I can trust any of y'all. Man.
I told you.
If it's you though.
I told you. All right, Tusi, we appreciate you joining us.
Always a pleasure, brother.
Pick up the project this Friday, and it's called Jaded. And thank you for joining us, brother.
I appreciate y'all, man.
I'm so sorry you had to go through that.
I won't lie. I went through
It
a
might have
lot.
been more with you.
What?
You just for no reason.
No reason at all.
The forehead did it.
I didn't
For
mean
no
it.
Forehead
reason.
did it. I won't lie. I'm gonna keep my head on all day.
It's Tusi. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
You'll never see me pop up with a hairline. Lauren LaRosa just told me behind the scenes, don't you do nothing crazy and try to pop up with a hairline. You'll never see me sneak off.
Because I feel that salt and pepper is cool, but don't come here with
Some hair
no
plugs?
booty
Nah,
fade.
nah.
Some
I
hair
ain't got-
plugs?
I ain't got no time for that.
That's not happening.
He can't grow no hair. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get to Jess with the Mess with Lauren LaRosa.
News is real. Whether it's Jess Hilarious, Jessica Robin Moore, just don't do no lies. Don't do no lies.
She don't spare nobody.
Worldwide Jess, worldwide mess.
On The Breakfast Club.
She's a coach of shit.
With Lauren LaRosa.
I'm back. And I got the mess.
Talk to me.
So a Diddy accuser, Audrey English, who was known as I'm Unique, is the accuser who said that Diddy sex trafficked her during a time where she was like flown out to a Labor Day all-white party in the Hamptons, and she was originally supposed to be there just like as a dancer, but then she was like later drugged and through her drink and you know forcibly made to have sex with people for money and all these different things. So yesterday, her attorneys filed to be able to withdraw from representing her. Now, they tired. They went out, and there are a bunch of different reasons why they went out. But most importantly, they're saying that they're receiving, first and foremost, they're saying that they're receiving conflicting instructions that make it very difficult and unreasonably difficult to effectively represent her. Now, they didn't list exactly what these conflicting instructions are because they're saying because of attorney-client privilege, they didn't want to put it in documents because they know these documents will become public. But they are asking to have a private conversation with the judge in quarters. Now, they did mention that these instructions that were conflicting pertain to what she alleges in her filing, which is what we just talked about, and say that her demands were ever evolving and very conflicting as well. They said that the instructions were instructions that went to defendants, which would be Diddy and and his team in this scenario and other third parties. Now, the second reason why they went out, they say that there's a breakdown in the attorney-client relationship. So they say that on top of the instructions that they're receiving from her just basically being confusing, there are some irreconcilable differences. And they're saying that, they don't want to get into the irreconcilable differences, but these are things that is making it difficult to the point where they can't communicate with her effectively and they can't lead her effectively. And they point out that normally when someone says that there's a breakdown in an attorney-client relationship, this is a clause that if a judge says, okay, this is actually happening, a judge can rule, okay, y'all can get on up out of here, even if the client is saying, no, that's not happening and they need to stay. Now, the third reason that they went out, there's 4 reasons, is irreconcilable differences. They kind of break it down a little bit more. They say, and they reference the NY state rule that says a lawyer may withdraw from representation when the client insists on taking action that the attorney does not agree with. Now, in this case, her attorneys do not agree with certain settlement demands that she has been bringing to the table and wanting them to execute. They don't agree with her undermining behaviors and questionable actions that she's been demonstrating. And they say because of a lack of disrespect, how she talks to and how she deals with the attorneys, that there has become tension, so it's just difficult to work with her. Now, the fourth reason is I guess there was some sort of agreement between an additional agreement. So they agreed to represent her, and then while representing her, things just got so hectic, they had to come up with an additional agreement. So on September 24th, they went to her and said, look, everything that you're doing, you're going to not only mess up your own reputation, but you're going to mess up this case if we're planning to go forward with it. And they set this new agreement. She was supposed to, I guess, follow the terms of the new agreement, which would then they were trying to protect her and protect the lawsuit in the case that they filed. She violated that 2 days later on September 26th. And after she violated it, she began to text them right after, like as if nothing even happened. Now, the attorneys do say that they were actually contacted by another attorney who said that Audrey had reached out to this office to represent her because I guess she knew it was coming to an end with the attorneys as well too. So the judge shouldn't have any reason to let the lawyers withdraw. Now, normally when a judge is thinking about a reason why a lawyer can withdraw from a case, you have to think about prejudice, and you have to think about the timing, right? So is this going to put your client in a position where they don't have enough time to build their case? So they point out early in the game in this filing that time will not be obstructed whatsoever. There was something that was due from their end of things on October 1st, which was 2 days ago, and they've already asked for an extension on that timing, so her new attorneys will be able to do that. And as far as prejudice, that's why they left a lot out of this withdrawing filing, because they don't want any prejudice or people to be able to form an opinion about her from this. So they're like, look, we didn't already dotted our I's, crossed our T's, please let us on up out of here. So a judge will have to make a determination if this is something that will make sense, and it'll be following that conversation. Now, it'll be really interesting once this conversation is had and once the decision is made, what comes out as far as the details. Like, what was so damning that they thought, we got to get up out of here, that they thought the filing in the case would be damaged? Because I think that'll speak to whether or not the attorneys believe the claims were even valid based off of how she was moving once the claims were filed. And I will mention that this is also the woman who she went back and filed a police report years later on this situation after she filed her civil suit. And at the time, Diddy's attorney said, like, basically anybody can file a civil suit. So let's be, let's civil lawsuit. So let's be clear.
You just spit a lot. Because I'm confused.
That was a good job, though.
Yeah. Tell me what you're confused about, because if you're confused, the people are probably confused. So I want to break it down.
I'm just curious. So this, they're pretty much backing out because they believe that a lot of the stuff that she said is not true.
Well, I can't say yes to that 100%. That is my interpretation of what I think it is. And the only reason why I can't say yes to that 100% is because they left out a lot of details because of attorney-client privilege, and because they didn't want the world and us to be able to look at her and make a judgment, or anybody else, so the defense, right?
Gotcha.
So I can't say that. But from what I'm reading here, it sounds like, I wouldn't even say that they don't believe what she's claiming, but whatever she claimed, they're saying that her actions following it make no sense if what she's claiming is true. And also, she's just difficult to work with. She's a hard client to have, and she's not following their instructions. And they're the attorneys; they know what's best.
Right
now, Diddy's.
What are the instructions, though? Why do you need instructions? All she should be doing is telling her truth, right?
Well, they want her to be quiet and only say it when the attorneys allow it, not just go and talk and do interviews.
I mean, I think I don't even. Maybe it's that they don't specify, but they also do mention something about communications that were being sent from the plaintiffs to the defendants. So from the accuser's side to Diddy's side, they're saying she's basically confusing them. Like, she's asking them to relay things that don't make sense. She's making demands for certain settlements and different things that, in their opinion, do not make sense.
She's trying to do their job. Allegedly.
And just wanting them to do things that they're saying this makes no sense.
Gotcha.
So either it makes no sense because they don't believe now, to your point, the claims, or it makes no sense because it's just not how they would go about it. I can't answer that question.
Gotcha.
But either one of the two is enough for them to be like, we need to get on up out of here. Now, I do want to mention that Diddy's team did release a statement when this filing happened. They said less than 3 months after filing her lawsuit against Sean Combs, Audrey English has been dropped by both of her attorneys after making completely fabricated statements. In papers filed with the court today, her former attorney cited Miss English's questionable antics and undermining behavior. As we've said from the start, anyone can file a lawsuit without proof. And this case is a clear example of that. Audrey English escalated things by filing false police reports and making baseless claims using high-profile events as a backdrop to harm innocent people. No matter how many lawsuits are filed, it won't change the fact that Mr. Combs has never sexually assaulted or sexually trafficked anyone, so they're standing 10 toes down. And as I said earlier, they did say when she first filed all of this that, anybody can file a civil suit. So
that's true.
Another thing we just gonna have to file and see, but this even if she gets another attorney, this isn't a good look for her at all.
Yeah, I mean, and the crazy thing, if you confused now, it's only gonna get more complicated because you got 120 more cases coming from the guy in Houston. You got women, you got guys. When the men start talking about Diddy touching their butts, it's gonna get complicated.
Oh, that's not gonna get confusing. You're gonna explain that one right to me. I know that.
I was about to say.
I don't know anything about that on a legal level.
Not on a legal level, but I mean on a personal level.
I don't know that. I don't know that level either. Okay. All right, but it's going to get complicated.
Which baby oil say behind you?
My baby oil.
Oh, that's not. You see that?
Why do you have that?
You see what signed by?
Get that baby oil from back. Envy put that back.
I didn't put that there. I did not put nothing back
there. A
there.
source close to the baby oil said,
"Don't worry,
you could fill us in on everything we're confused about the touching, the rubbing, and the button."
I'm learning more.
Can you turn Nyla's mic on? Nyla's here, ladies and gentlemen.
Let me tell you something. I'm learning more and more how to use AI and stuff every day. Okay, so Envy, keep it up. He may not be in those freak off tapes, but he will playing with me. Okay.
All right.
Playing with you how? Let's go.
That is Jess with the Mess with Laura LaRosa.
I have you on there sucking a rapper's titty, and it won't be a woman.
What's wrong with you, man?
Not Envy.
Why the accent?
We got Envy. You better.
I'm wrapping it up. It's the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
You're checking out the Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Laura LaRosa's filling in for Jess. We got a salute to Yolanda Adams for joining us this morning.
Man, what a pleasure to have Yolanda Adams here, man. Salute to the Queen, Yolanda Adams. She has a new album out called Sunny Days.
Sunny Days. That's right.
That's right.
And Tusi, he stopped through as well. Jaded.
Tusi, Jaded. Nyla's here. Nyla's, you doing something with Tusi tonight, right?
Yeah, we got a listening party at Boss Paradise tonight. It's a certified vibe event, so make sure you guys RSVP. But yeah, I'm excited. And I saw Yolanda last night at the Kirk Franklin
concert.
Tour.
Oh, yeah. How was it?
Incredible.
I heard it was dope.
Incredible.
You feel like giving your life to the Lord now?
I already did that.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah. I walk by faith, but nah, fire. Love Kirk Franklin. Love Yolanda. The Clark sisters was crazy. Yo, one of them is 75. Still on tour performing. Fred Hammond, also crazy. Sorry not to go on a...
You giving glory to God's messengers.
To that.
You don't got to say sorry about that.
What?
When you on here shouting out all the ratchets, you don't say sorry. But you out here shouting out to God-fearing people, you apologize.
Well, I'm saying because we don't play gospel music, but I'm just saying I had a great time at the gospel concert. But
you know why we don't play gospel music? Because there's a bunch of heathens that run this radio station.
Don't let the
right.
Don't let the people hear you say that. It's gonna be a podcast about you.
I don't care.
Oh yeah, shout out to them people.
What's some Christian brothers' names?
A podcast because we want better music.
Oh no, there's a Christian podcast, man. Them brothers are doing good stuff out there.
They had a really good conversation about why radio and a bunch of different stuff isn't censored. They basically said that because
you a heathen. Lauren is
heathen.
I'm
a heathen. Mind you, I'm a God-fearing woman. I gave my life to God this year. The balance is there, baby. But I have a good time, and I'm growing in God. And that's what Yolanda Adams taught me yesterday was okay.
Salute to those brothers.
But no, their conversation was dope, though. People should go take a listen.
Holy Culture Radio on Sirius XM. They're on Sirius XM channel 140. Salute to those.
And they're on YouTube, too.
Like 6 of them brothers, right? One sister on there, right? Salute to them.
Yeah, they said Lauren going to hell.
No.
They also said y'all old heads is the problem, too.
No, they actually said we're growing and we're evolving.
No.
Yes, they did say we're evolving.
They said that in the beginning. They said in the beginning. You ain't make it to the end, huh, baby?
I didn't watch the whole thing, but I do agree with what they said about.
I agree with a lot of what they said.
I agree with what they said about radio programming. That's what I said that on one of the breaks. That's why they call it programming, because we can literally program people to like certain things.
Right, but we're not programmers.
No, we're not the
They
programmers.
didn't say that. They said, because I was saying that, like, you have to play what's popular, and they was like, that's not true. Your radio makes stuff popular. And I was like,
I don't know if that's the case anymore, though. And the reason I say that is because of social media and the way people can go on Tidal, go on Spotify, go on Apple, and listen to what they want to listen to. I don't think you can just program people to like something anymore.
Yeah, so I just wanted them to understand that. Like, I said that not because I'm like, oh, if I like it, y'all should like it.
For you.
No, just they were saying
just repent, Lauren.
They were saying that it's a good conversation across the board. I repent, but all
are
the
you
time.
baptized?
Yes, I am. And I like I said, shout out to Caesar Greatness in
You just
Delaware.
went for this bath.
I gave myself to God again this year. So shout out to Pastor Jerome. All of my support that knows that I'm growing with God. My testimony is playing out in front of the world. And tonight we're going to be outside with Tusi.
And tonight we're going to be outside with Tusi. Make sure you guys pull up. We're going to be at Lost Paradise. It's a certified vibe.
Shout out to Jesus, man.
All right, when we come back, positive note, it's the Breakfast Club.
Shout
Good
out
morning.
to Jesus.
Morning, everybody. We are the Breakfast Club. Now it's time to get up out of here. Charlamagne, you got a positive note?
I do. I just want to remind people that my 4th annual Mental Wealth Expo is happening October 12th, at the Marriott Marquis in Times Square in New York City. If you're in New York, pull up. It is a free event, open to all ages. I have some of the best mental health professionals in the business. Dr. Rita Walker, the author of The Unapologetic Guide to Black Mental Health, Dr. Alfie Breland Noble, my man Dr. Jay Barnett, Elliot Connie, just to name a few. They all are going to be there for a day of mental health and healing education in honor of World Mental Health Day. This is my 4th one. If you've been to the first 3, then you know it's a beautiful event. Like I said, free and open to all ages at the Marriott Marquis in Times Square, October 12th, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., my 4th annual Mental Wealth Expo. Go to mentalwealthexpo.com for more details. And my positive note today comes from the great Malcolm X. I just want to say this because I do believe in defending yourself when necessary. So Malcolm X once said, be peaceful, be courteous, obey the law, respect everyone. But if someone puts his hand on you, send them to the cemetery. Have a blessed day.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?